Welcome back to Just Joshing with Jakota. I'm Josh. This is Jakota, and as always, we are just going to be continuing the conversation left over from last week. Actually, I shouldn't say it like always because
we've done a couple.
We've been kind of freestyling it. We're figuring it out, but last week we okay. This story is kind of gross. If you remember from last week, we decided to leave you with a shit story, a literal shit story. Now, Jakota had a quite hilarious one in the past, which I didn't know that story. I knew it, but I didn't know it like that, which I think is so funny.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to go back and watch that one because that was funny.
What was that, episode 8?
I don't remember.
9, 10.
But it was funny.
What episode are we on now?
12 or 13? I don't know.
12 or 13.
But, okay, so we had this friend.
Right.
His name was Barry.
In the neighborhood with the kite.
Yeah. If you remember from last week, then you know what we're talking about.
Same neighborhood.
And this kid, one day, so we had 2 swing sets, right? Mm. One was kind of a tire swing. Not kind of, it was completely a tire swing. The reason why I say kind of is because it was like one where it's like this, not like... It was a donut that you could... throw a football through. It wasn't one that you sat on.
Right, exactly.
Right?
What? Isn't that standard?
I mean, you could... Is it?
I don't know.
I guess it is. I'm just trying to think of the ones that you see in playgrounds where it's like 3 people can sit on it.
Right, yeah, that's not what it was. Right, it was standard.
Yeah, okay, it was a standard. Like a classic. It was a classic. Right. Okay. So, this friend, Barry.
Right.
One day, he comes over. He came over every day, basically. But he comes over, and...
I was playing on the swing, on the tire swing.
Right, yeah. This tree had like 2 arms that came out so you could climb up on the branches.
That was a great tree.
Right? It was awesome. Then the landlord cut one of them down.
What the?
Oh, for no reason. Didn't make any sense. I think he did it to spite us, really, because we didn't get along. Like, our family did not like that landlord. That landlord didn't. He was a slumlord.
Right.
I remember we dug traps, like freaking like punji stick traps. Like we didn't actually put any punji sticks in there, but we dug the hole. We wanted him to. We made ankle breakers.
Right.
But they didn't work.
No, they didn't work.
They were too strong, man. But anyways.
So Barry comes over.
And like, I'm like, what?
Yo, he said, I go, this is what happened.
It stinks.
It stinks. Something stunk, right? And I smell the shit. And I was like, what? I was like, hey, man, do you smell that? He goes, oh, yeah, I farted. And I go, you farted? Okay. Well, I still smell it.
Are you still farting?
Like, I still smell it. And he goes, oh, yeah, I farted when I was at home. And I was like, okay, well, I'm young, but I'm like, I know that your trail of shit smell should not exceed past the friggin' driveway, right? Like,
right, yeah.
It should be done. So he's crawling all over this tire swing with me. And I don't know if you were there. You were probably there.
I was there. I remember this. I remember it because I remember him coming and smelling it and being like...
It was bad.
Oh, that's rank.
So bad. He's crawling all over the swing and I'm crawling on it as well. That's what I remember. That was the initiation of.
Yes, that was the initiation. Okay, so but there's nothing beyond just yet. And so we had another swing set that was in our backyard. So this was in our front yard, tire swing, and we played on that. And then we decided to go on our other normal place.
There was like trampoline in the back as well. So like there was just the backyard was a cooler place to be.
Yeah, and all our friends would come over to use that, right?
Right.
And I remember our older brothers were out as well.
Right.
So our brother Mike and our brother Dave and our brother Ken, I believe everyone was there.
I believe so, yeah.
And they're all on the deck or something like that. And then we're going on the tire swing and then like it's just bad. The smell is still bad. And we're like, did you poop your pants? I remember asking him that and he's laughing like, no, I didn't do that. And we're like,
something's fishy.
Yeah. Like, it smells really bad.
Really bad.
And then I remember him like going on the swing and getting off. And there's just pudding.
Right. So he was wearing like, to get a visual, like he was wearing.
To get a visual.
He was wearing like
shorts, like
right,
like bike shorts.
straight out of the 90s or something. You know what I mean? Like he was wearing shorts, and like it doesn't take much to like the distance for the poop to come out of your shorts is minimal, right? There's not much, right? So when he sat down,
squeezed out,
right? It oozed out like toothpaste. You know what I mean? Like when you step on toothpaste.
Yeah, that was
got on the swing set.
Got on the swing set. And
I think Dave said.
No, Mike did.
Someone said.
Mike told him to go home and change his shorts.
Yeah, hey, go tell your parents that you might need to get changed, or whatever. Right? And he goes, "Oh, okay." I was embarrassed for him. Like,
yeah,
I was so embarrassed for him. Right? I couldn't believe that this kid just was okay with having...
because he was too old for that to be a thing.
Yeah,
he was younger than us, but too old to be like cool. Like he wasn't wearing diapers.
No.
He was like 6 or no, he was 7. He had to be at least 7.
6 or freaking some.
I don't know how old is too. Like
I don't know.
We were about 9 or 10.
We must have been
something like that, or 8 and 9. He was a little bit younger than us, but like he was like he hung out with us all the time.
Right.
Like he seemed our age, but he was younger.
Right. Yeah.
And
exactly.
Too old to be crapping your pants and being cool with it.
Yeah, that is funny because after dinner, I looked out we had that huge window in our living room.
Yeah.
Where it stretched to like 10 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like those were very distinctive shorts, so like you could tell if he's playing street hockey in the same shorts.
Yeah, he was.
Pooping everywhere. No, I don't know if he was pooping everywhere, but like, you know what I mean? I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what?
Why would you?
You went home and then started, it was like, what was I supposed to do again? Oh yeah. Grab my hockey stick. Start playing hockey.
Yeah, he just decided not to get cleaned up.
I probably didn't clean. Oh my god.
Or if he did clean up, he was like,
throw these same shorts on, man.
Didn't make any sense, but he was good shit. No pun intended. I liked him.
I liked him too. I felt real bad for him when he so when we were younger, there was mom was cautious about people that used the trampoline and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Since she didn't want to get sued, she had to like see in written in
it had to be in writing, like
that I will not sue you if my person gets hurt. Right?
Yeah.
So I remember when Barry wanted to jump on the trampoline, so I told him, I was like, yo, you have to get a note from your parents
to say it's okay, and that the responsibility is on you.
Right, exactly.
Like, because she didn't want to supervise.
Right. So he goes home or whatever, right? 15 minutes later or whatever, he comes back. And he's remember the kitchen window outside?
Uh-huh.
Mom was doing dishes or cooking dinner or something. And then Barry comes up with this, like, ripped, like, construction paper. It was, like, blue or something. And he goes, I don't know how to spell trampoline. So he didn't go to his parents. And he didn't say, hey, I need you to write this. He thought that he had to write
his own note.
Yeah, exactly. He had to write his own note saying that, whatever. Right? And I was like, oh, man. Like, I understood. So, like, the fact that he didn't understand, I felt bad.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't able to, because he came back, like, 4 times. She would give him the instructions to do.
Yeah.
And then he would go home, not do it, come back.
Yeah. Maybe he was a little slow. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He just didn't understand.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah,
though.
so him and his sister weren't allowed on the trampoline, but our other friends were.
Oh, yeah.
Because they all just got their parents to say, yeah, we're not going to see you. But because you can get hurt on trampoline. Yeah. Like, I remember, so we had an Olympic trampoline. And
That's an Olympic trampoline?
Olympic-sized trampoline. Not one that was used in the Olympics, but Olympic-sized trampoline. And it was a square, or a rectangle, not a circle. So the bounce is way better. And I remember, okay, so the outer bars didn't have mats on them. only on the springs, right?
Right.
And the on the lengthwise, maybe for reinforcement or what, I don't know what, but it had parallel bars.
Right.
Which
so there was a space in the middle.
Yes. Just big enough for my 10-year-old leg to fit through.
Right. I remember this.
I remember getting double bounced or something, not being able to fly and go back. I went, and then just my leg just went,
right,
and then I just went,
I remember
sideways.
This. Yes,
with my left knee.
I thought that was so funny.
I remember you laughing.
You were like in pain when I thought you were embellishing.
My knee, your knee is supposed to bend like this, right?
Right.
Not.
Dude, you're like, help me.
Not sideways.
I'm freaking laughing, dude.
I'm holding on
I'm trying to push you up, dude. At first, I didn't think it was as serious as it was, and then you're like, oh. Like you were starting to do that thing where it's like you can't cry, but you want to cry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so small. I'm trying to push you up.
And I'm trying to push up,
Yeah.
but I only have the bar to hang on to, and my leg is sideways. And I'm like trying to twist the bar so I can but I'm not strong enough.
I did not know.
Eventually, you got me.
Yeah, I got.
But you're laughing,
right?
So you're already weak, and then you're making yourself weaker by laughing. And then I remember I take my leg out, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's lucky that if that happened to me now, broken leg.
Oh, wow.
Right? Like my meniscus and whatever,
Dude,
it would be shredded.
I remember you hobbling away.
I could barely walk.
I know.
I remember Mom being like, kind of laughing too, cause she didn't see it.
Yeah, no, she did.
And she was like, "What's going on?"
Right.
And then I'm like, I'm going up the stairs, and I'm like, I can't climb the stairs. Oh, but eventually, a couple days later, I was right as rain. But now, even now, I have pain in my knee sometimes.
Do you? That's crazy.
And it'll just be there, and I'm like, ooh, trick knee.
I get pain in my left knee.
That's because we're brothers, though.
No.
The sympathy pain. You're like, that's for laughing at me.
That was I think I already told this story about when I flipped over the handlebars.
Yeah.
Right? When I tumbled down the hill or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cracked my knee. So, I feel it when it's weird because it'll hurt some days when I think moisture or whatever, something, change in moisture. It's gonna rain tomorrow or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You get the ache.
Yeah.
That's so strange, but it happens.
The first bike injury that I remember you getting is like the same bike, I think, as that. Right? That was the bike with the bull bars?
When no.
Your knee?
No, that was
I think it was.
You know what? I think you might be right. But no. The bike that I flipped, that wasn't my bike that I was on.
Oh.
I switched bikes with one of the neighbor kids.
Was it a BMX bike?
The guy that I punched in the face.
Right.
All right. No, it wasn't a BMX bike. It was a mountain bike. It had black bull horns on it.
Okay.
Right.
To be clear, you didn't punch him in the face when you were friends with him. This was later.
No, he was a bully, so punched him in the face.
A little bit later. He was a bully because he wanted to be friends with the one other kid. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But dude, I remember this time in this restaurant. If you watched last week's episode, then you already are familiar with this restaurant where we left the honeycombs, or I left the honeycombs on the picnic table. There was a parking lot, pretty big parking lot. People would have garage sales in there and stuff. I remember we witnessed a 3-car accident on the highway, but that was pretty intense. I remember there was a gold car, a silver car, and a gold van.
I remember the van, and then someone drove away.
Yeah, the silver car.
The silver car
right away. Drove away. He was like, because he must have not hit no one.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did.
I think no, because
maybe
he did one of these.
Yeah, the van went.
Yeah, that's so crazy. And then I think since then we would watch.
We would watch traffic to watch accidents. I remember when our mom worked at this hotel down the street, we would go chill in the courtyard or whatever, and we would watch. But we would watch at ground level.
Right.
And we'd be on our bellies just watching these cars because you couldn't see which lane it was. Right. We'd be like, oh!
Yeah,
we're waiting for a rear ending. And it would never happen.
Except for that once when we weren't even...
And when we weren't watching.
Right. And I think
that's probably what triggered us to start watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I remember that. But this bike accident I remember you doing is you were hanging onto the bull bars, which have no brakes.
No.
You have to hang onto the handlebars to have the brakes. And I remember you went flying into one of those concrete things where that parking spots have, right? It's like a barrier thing that's like this tall.
Yeah.
And you slammed into that and you just went nuts first into
that was at the hotel.
No. That was at that restaurant.
That was. Yo, that's bringing back memories. Holy I didn't stop.
You couldn't because you were hanging onto the bull bars.
Right. I think I remember in my head I was thinking, okay, well, I'm not going that fast. So I think that just we'll sit on sit on the seat, hold on to these, and if I'll hit it and I'll just bounce off, right? Right. But instead it was like going too fast, and then coming off the seat, and then
slamming your nuts right into the freaking
handlebar
post.
That hurt.
Yeah, you were in pain.
That was bad.
That was hilarious.
I don't remember what happened after that, but I remember that happening. That was bad.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That was bad.
How do you remember that?
I don't know. But at that same restaurant, do you remember we would remember the newspaper honor boxes? One of the one for the Edmonton Sun you could open?
Yeah. You could. Like, it depended. You had to go.
Yeah.
There was a certain way that you could.
Yeah. So you didn't have to pay the loonie to open
Mom
it.
would be like, here's the dollar or whatever, right? And then okay.
We would keep the dollar, buy suckers with it.
Sometimes it didn't work, so we actually had to use the dollar. But that's crazy! You remember that? Holy crap!
We would buy suckers. So that restaurant had like these lollipops. There was like 7 or 8 of them in like a bunch, and there was $1 for them.
They were colorful and stuff.
Yeah, and we would take the dollar. We would see if the honor box would open. If it would open, we would just take out a newspaper. Use the dollar to buy the suckers.
I actually remember not closing it all the way on purpose. Sometimes, just for like to let. I don't know. At that young age, I was also like, well, if I get a free one, maybe somebody else can get a free one as well. And so, like, I would. Sometimes it didn't work. So, like, you know how heavy those damn doors are, right?
Yeah, and they spring shut.
Right? Boing. So, like, and then you could press, like, sometimes you could press the white button, and then your money would come out. Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah.
You
have to do it like
slam it
as you put it in, because you have to like do this, push the loonie in, and then and you have to do it all at once, and then the loonie would come back out, and then you would be able to open up the thing.
Crazy.
Yeah, we would try to, and I remember at our school, one of the pop machines, you could get 2 free Cokes, you get 1 free Coke with a Coke. Because there would be like 2 Cokes up here, then Powerades and then like Sprite and stuff, and then there would be a Coke at the bottom or something. One of the Cokes, anyways, that you could press, and then 2 Cokes would come out.
I thought that was a myth.
No, we did that all the time.
Did we?
Yes.
I don't think so.
At Winterburn School.
Yeah, I'm.
Yes, we did. We did that all the time because we never got money for soda. If we would always have to get water.
Right.
But if someone else got a free Coke, like. You know, they'd be like, because we would go there for hockey night, which was floor hockey. And I remember going there and being like, hey, if you get that one, you got free Coke. And then I would take the free Coke.
No way.
Yeah. You know, it was just like, and these were bottles, not cans. So I was like super stoked about it.
I can't believe that. I remember that. I can't believe that they were allowed to have that in a school.
Just straight up
like
sugar.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
Yeah, because anyone could buy it. I remember, hold on a second. I remember there was a store as well.
There was a store.
But
like a cafeteria.
Yeah. But anyways, I remember you could have drinks in class. And I think you could have your sodas. That's probably not so good.
No, are you kidding me? They don't allow that anymore. I
don't think so. But you can have water.
Yeah.
Anyone can have water.
There was like, I'm sure the water. There was a water one, wasn't there?
Yeah, Dasani water.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor. Neither is Coke, which owns Dasani, I believe. But yeah, I remember that. I remember,
that school, man. There was. Let me tell you about this. There was a girl named. Should I name drop? I don't even know.
No one will know.
No. Okay. So This was grade 2. This is 2nd grade. Okay. There was. I still have the scar. It's on my hand.
Oh, Nilly, yes.
So I have a mark on my hand.
Yeah, show the.
Right here. I don't know if you can tell. It's right
Is this
here.
like a blue mark?
I don't know if you can tell. It's right here. I can't see it. Right here. It's right there. So, so in second grade, okay? In second grade, you have those desks where you can pull like the cubby out or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Then you put all your binders and stuff in there. Yeah.
Well, I'm in grade 2. I didn't have a binder.
Right.
I had
Duotangs.
Notebooks and duotangs. Yeah. Holy shit! I haven't said that word in how long?
Yeah, it doesn't even seem like it should be English.
Do people use those anymore?
I don't know.
So, on this particular day at that school with the soda machines, I had a lot of classmates. There's probably like 25 of us in the classroom, and everyone has their shit everywhere, right? It was cleanup day. It was cubby cleanup day, so you were allowed to, clean out your mess, whatever.
Yeah.
And me and this particular girl, her name was Sheila, just to get a kind of a...
Just imagine the Sheila.
Sheila. Yeah, I don't want to be mean or anything, but she was just... It looked like her parents did drugs or something.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, she did.
She was like that. She just looked like that. So anyways, we had the same type of white glue, like the
Elmer's glue?
right,
Yeah.
and I had my name was on the back of it on a piece of tape, okay? And so she had the same glue as me, and her stuff was like, so if I'm sitting at my desk, I already had my desk all cleaned up, right? And I was bored, so I see her next to me cleaning out her stuff. She's sitting on the floor, right?
Uh-huh.
And I go, hey, Sheila, right? And I went like this, right? Yeah. She was like, yo, she was cleaning, and she was like, the look on her face, she was like, give that back. And I go, no, right?
So you were goading her.
Yes, I was. She was like, that's mine, give it back. And I was like, it's not yours, actually. She was like, yes, it is, that's my glue. And I had my hands on my desk, right? And I had the glue, and I was like, oh, I'm not giving it to you, right? Not knowing what the heck was going to happen next, right? I was just teasing her, right?
Right.
And she goes, give that back right now, right? And I was like, it's not even yours. No, I did not say that yet. My hand was on the desk. She has a pencil in her hand, okay? There's a pencil. And she goes, give me that back right now. And I was like, you're not going to stab me? I was like, yeah, right. There's no way that she would. Are you kidding me? And she goes, give it back right now. Bam! It stabs me right in the hand. And I go, and she takes it out. And I go, what? I couldn't believe what just happened. I showed her my name on the glue, right? So she was like, oh no, right? She gets in so much trouble, right?
She would have gotten in trouble regardless.
Yes, she...
even if you stole everything she owned.
Right, yeah, you can't go around stabbing kids, right? Holy shit, I didn't even realize how crazy that is. She stabbed me with a pencil in school in front of kids. Wow. So...
She was a kid, though.
She was a kid, yeah.
She was the same age.
She was a grown woman cleaning out her desk.
Can you imagine?
I was the teacher. Oh my gosh. So the principal got involved or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And she tried to straight up lie and say that she didn't stab me. And she's like, no, whatever. My name's on the glue, first of all, right? So that was not good for her story, right? And the fact that I got a damn friggin' lead pencil mark in my hand also her story didn't add up, right? So the principal, I was scared. I thought that I was in trouble, right? And she got suspended for 2 days or whatever. I think she got more time for lying and making stuff up and saying that I did something or something. Which I did tease her, but
no one knew.
No one knew the whole, right? So what they saw was I have glue, my name's on it, and then there's this girl that stabbed me, right? Oh my gosh. And I never ever hung out with her after that ever again.
Wow.
She stabbed me, man. Like, what the heck? And you know what so blows my mind? So I'm in grade 2. How old are you in grade 2? Like
You're 5 in kindergarten, so you're 7?
7. Okay, so I'm 7 years old. You know what the teacher gave me? A freaking wet wipe to get the lead out of my hand. They go, the teacher...
They didn't be like, hey, go to the nurses?
Teacher said, go to the bathroom, and I didn't know what the hell to do. I was like, what did I just wipe it? Like, what the this is a wet wipe. I need like a needle nose pliers or something, you know what I mean?
To take it out, yeah, because
it's
it's like I got a pencil in my hand.
Right, so I go back or whatever, and they go, did you, or the teacher, it wasn't my homeroom teacher that gave me that. It was somebody else. It was like a TA or something, I can't remember. They go, let's look at the hand or whatever. Or was somebody in the office. I think it was someone from the office gave me the wet wipe. Then I had to walk all the way back, go to the bathroom, do whatever the hell whatever, right? Threw it out. The lady that gave me the wet wipe goes, oh, let's see it or whatever, right? And did nothing, right? And then she made me feel like an idiot because I didn't know how to... Well, you should have did this or whatever. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? I'm getting in trouble because
this is victim blaming.
I don't know how to clean my wound. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. So she made me feel stupid, and then I was like, okay, I'm never talking to you ever again either. So that's that. I got stabbed, man, in grade 2.
You know what's crazy? After we left that school and we went to private school, do you remember Dan?
Dan.
Yeah, he was just a guy who went to that school.
The
older guy. Older
Dan.
Probably grade 7 or 8 or 9.
Dan.
He used to go to that first school at first. Dan, yes.
With the army haircut? That crunchy?
No, that was Ryan.
Ryan.
Dan, he was the guy who, remember his mom drove us home one time from school? He had a brother who passed away.
Dan.
How do you not remember him? It's not important, but he used to go to that same school that you got stabbed in, and he told me that he almost threw the principal off the bridge. The same bridge that kid who tried to spit on me with that bike that I won, that overpass.
No way.
He almost threw her off that bridge. The principal. The old principal. I don't think you actually went to the school when that principal was there.
Some kid.
I still remember her name and everything. Like it's...
Whoa.
This was before the...
Price Wagner.
No, it was before that one. Dude, don't be saying last names. We're gonna have to bleep that out there. We can say first names, but
I didn't know. I didn't know the rules. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I don't know what.
That was so long ago. How do we?
I just don't want anything to ever be like damning evidence.
No.
It's old news, and
right.
he Price Wagner. She's a different principal. She was nice.
No one said it was a woman, so. You just gave that detail away yourself.
Okay, there's gonna be no editing.
So some dude was gonna he told you this?
He told everyone at our private school because we told him that we used to go to that school, and he's like, "I went to that school." Yes, he's
the
a
dude
baggy ass pants, super baggy pants.
Did he have a sister named Savannah?
No, that was Wyatt.
Right, Dan. I'm thinking, does he have a pizza face?
Yes.
And he kind of, damn.
He cursed all the time, even though he definitely got in trouble for cursing at the school.
Man, this was at the private school?
Yeah.
Like, the one...
Yeah. The old one, all the way on the other side of the town that you had a driver for, and we could not...
Had a driver for that makes us sound like...
Oh, yeah, we were not rich at all.
We were in a 7-passenger van, and all seats were taken. And it was not like we had a driver.
No, we didn't have a driver. No.
At this private school.
We were driven. Okay, so we went to the private school for free, I think.
Yeah, I think we got donated or whatever.
Something, yeah.
Somehow.
But anyways.
Because it was a church thing or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of the church, we were able to go to that school.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Which sucked.
Yeah, it sucked. I didn't like it.
No.
You know what sucked too is when the pastor would be like, "So how do you like the school?" I had to lie to him and say that I liked it, just because I didn't know how to say no. I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I didn't like it. But in that school, man, it was weird. That was weird.
That was weird.
It was weird. Don't talk bad about the pastor.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you got a virus. Oh no.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so strange. I wonder if that'll pick up on the sound. But dude, thinking about you getting stabbed, do you know that I don't know if technically, but
who's this Dan guy? First of all, can we please?
I don't know his last name, dude. I just remember he also went to hockey night. He had a brother who was always goalie. He passed away though.
What? When did he pass away?
I don't know. He didn't go to that school. He went to the
Dan.
church that sponsored the school though.
Dan. What's his last name?
I don't know.
Dan. I think I have an image in my
super
head.
baggy pants all the time. He never wore like the dress code or whatever.
Had white shirts. He was baggy clothes. Yeah. I think that's Dan. He was friends with
everyone.
Yeah, there were some married people in that school, huh? Everyone was friends with.
There was like 30 people, or no,
not
even, probably like 25 people.
I don't even think 25 people either.
You know? Dude, I remember that's the school, like, when we had computer class, we'd play that game with the...
Zilch,
yeah.
Yeah, what was that called? Wally's World.
Wally's World, something like that.
Right?
He was like a scientist or something in a haunted mansion or something.
Haunted mansion. You had to click on things.
Yeah. I found some more Zilch!
Yeah! That's so funny because when I remember specifically asking what Zilch is, and then they'd be like, "It's nothing,"
and then be like, "No, but what is it? Like, I want to know what it actually. I don't care if it's not a big deal. I want to know what it is.
I need to know what the Zilch is.
No, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
But what is it?
Yeah, exactly. It's like saying, "What does IDK mean?" I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right. Well. Oh, okay. Well.
I'll ask someone else. No. It means I don't know. Yeah, but your stabbing story reminds me of a time that I accidentally shot a kid in the face at school.
Oh!
With a bow and arrow.
Right.
Right in the cheek.
Right.
Just... Now, that sounds horrible. It sounds terrible, and it was terrible. But we have always liked making stuff and, like, being creative and doing stuff in art.
Making weapons.
And we had a coat hanger and some straws, rubber band, and some tacks.
And some, yeah.
Right? And we would take a coat hanger, bend it.
Uh-huh.
Right? These bow and arrows were probably like this big. Maybe like this
smaller.
Big. Something like this.
It depends. Yeah. We made a lot.
Yeah, we made a lot of them. They were about this big, okay? Uh-huh. And then we would, a coat hanger in a straw, and the straw we would flip over to hold the rubber band, and we would tape that up.
You would cut like a so that
okay, hold on. Yes, we would. But the bow would have a sleeve.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Right, which was straws, and then the straws would be bent over at the end. Right, it would stick over. This was the end of the coat hanger. The straw would stick over this much more, and then it would bend over to hold the string, which was a rubber band. And then the straw for the arrow, we would clip the push part off of the tack with nail clippers. Stick that in there, tape that. Then we would take the straw on the end and we would make like a fletching. Not a fletching, what do you call it? Like a thing for the arrow to go, whatever that's called, the nock. Is it called the nock? I can't remember.
Even know.
And then we would have that, and then we would shoot these in class.
Right, and it's not like these things, you couldn't like...
No. Right? It was like small. Like the bow, probably the biggest one we made was probably this big.
Yeah.
And so you could only pull it back so far.
Right.
And then you'd
Without,
let go.
Like you would break the freaking rubber band if it was...
Yeah.
Like that shit's tight, right? It's
tight.
And
boing. Boing, and then the arrows would go wherever.
And they would go kind of far.
Pretty far. And I remember this kid wanted me to show him, and I'm like showing him, and he walks in front of it right as I let go. Sticks right into his cheek. And I was like, oh dude.
No.
And he's just like, oh man. and he's like pulling on it, and it's like tugging at his skin. He's like, and I'm like trying to make him calm down.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get in major shit here.
Right. What grade was this? 6?
6, I think. And he pulls it out, and then there's just a little trickle of blood, like a little bubble of blood. And I'm like, oh, phew. And he tells me he's not gonna tell, and I'm like, okay, good. These other kids, they are running. This is at recess. They're running up to the supervisor, and I'm like, shit. I remember one of the French teachers comes over, and she's like, did you shoot him in the face?
Oh, no.
And I was like, yeah, it was an accident. And I remember the kid even being like, yeah, it was an accident. He didn't mean to. And I remember her going, does it hurt? He's like, I just pinched a little. I remember him going, just pinched a little. And I'm like, oh, no.
Oh.
And she's like, all right, come with me. And I'm like, frack. He's like, bring that. So I have it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, get my story straight. What can I do? I remember I go to the office, and I remember our principal. This is a third school, by the way. This is a totally different school. Oh. And I remember going in the office. I remember I had to sit in this room, and I'm like, or not in the room, but whatever you call it, like the office,
okay.
right in front of the desk. And I'm waiting, and I'm like, I see like some of my classmates, like there's like notes. I remember this kid Levi and another kid named Josh. They had to go to the office all the time. They were older than us, and I remember they wrote notes to each other at the different times they had to go to the office.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, so you can see it on the table right there, and it would say like Josh is a loser, and then it would say like Levi sucks, and right? And it would just be like the whole side of this table, the whole side of that table is like filled up.
That's funny.
With notes to each other. But anyways, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to have to just make something up.
Like, what were you, like, scared of? Like,
because I shot him in the face.
Like, what did you have to get straight, though? Like, I don't...
Why I shot him in the face.
Oh, but you didn't do it
I didn't mean to, but I was still scared.
Right.
Because I didn't know what to say.
Right.
I didn't know what they were going to ask. And I remember him being like, Josh points at me, and he does this.
Right.
And then, so I go into, bless you.
Thank you.
I go into the conference room or whatever. I don't even go into his office.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, this isn't as bad as his office.
Right.
Because I've been to the office how many times?
Right.
You know how many times I got detention? Not for ever shooting someone in the face before.
Right.
Right? So, and I'm like, okay, so I know that you're in big trouble if you go into his office.
Right.
But I'm in the conference room. He's like, have a seat. And I'm like, sit down.
Uh-oh.
He's like, so tell me the story, or what did he say? Tell me a story or something like that. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, so what happened? Whatever. And I'm like, I was showing these kids this bow and arrow that I made. He's like, do you have it? And I show it to him. He's like looking at it. He like puts it in there. He's like, shoots it at the bulletin board. And I'm like, I think, okay, he's being cool about it. He just shot my freaking bow and arrow at the bulletin board. Freaking arrow is just in there, and he's like, I think he was testing to see how strong it was.
Right.
But I was close range when I shot this kid in the face, this far away.
You should have loosened the rubber band a little bit.
Or something it didn't hurt that much. But he shot it across the conference table, right into the bulletin board, which is mad far, right? So
it's not look good for you. Probably oh shit.
And then he's like, so he's like, how does a person walk in front of one of these? And he's like, and then, anyways.
So he didn't believe you? Is that what it...
No, he just wanted me to make sure I wasn't lying. And later, so he let me go. So it was the end of recess. I go back to class. And then I'm like, oh, okay, all good. He just took it away. Told me not to make another one. No big deal. Josh, to the office, please. Josh, to the office. Oh, crap. And I'm like, all right. So I get up, walk of shame in front of my whole class. Walk upstairs, go to the office. I wait there, and then the secretary, she's just like, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I got called to the office. And then they're like, no, I don't think so. So I walk back down to the class. A couple minutes later, Josh to the office, please. Josh to the office. And I'm like,
yeah, do it again.
So then I walk back. Because I remember when I came back, our teacher, she was like, like, she's like, why did they call you to the office? I'm like, they didn't mean to. But then they call me again. So I go there, and then this time he's waiting. He's like, why didn't you wait for me? I'm like, she said that it wasn't for me. And then he's like, okay, come follow me. This time I'm in the office.
Oh, no.
And he's like, so I talked to Philip, which was the other kid's name. I talked to Philip, and he says that you shot him in the face because you were showing him how to shoot these. And he said that it didn't hurt very much and you didn't mean to. And I'm like, whew. But I'm still going to have to give you suspension.
Oh.
And I was like, I've never been suspended before.
Right.
I've only been in detention like 70 times.
I've never been suspended either. Wait. I think I have, but I don't remember why.
But this time I was suspended, and I was like, dang it, I'm going to get in trouble at home, blah, blah, blah. But then he's like, it'll be an in-school suspension.
So you had to go to
So
school.
then I was like,
Nice. You don't have to.
Scot-free, whatever.
Right.
But they freaking called home
Oh, no.
and said that I shot someone in the face. And so
What? That sounds so greasy. Hey,
Yeah.
your son just shot somebody in the face.
So I explained it to Mom. I still got in trouble, but it wasn't that bad. So I go to school. I remember our principal. He was pretty cool. We go and, or I go to school, whatever. I go to my class. Josh to the office. I didn't know what in-school suspension was. I just knew what out-of-school suspension was. I thought I just couldn't go for recess. I had to go back to the office, bring all my schoolwork. And then, like, he gave me chocolate. And like all sorts of things. Dude, it was so chill. I remember I sitting in there, and I remember one of my what are you looking for?
Chapstick.
Chapstick. I was looking for, one of the assignments was to make a title page.
Yeah.
Chapped lips or what? Too much
I
talking?
got chapped lips. It's been I've been licking my lips a lot at work.
Oh,
So,
dusty.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, or if you're wearing a respirator, right? Because I gave you a respirator.
Right, I've only worn
Right?
it like twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sometimes will make it so that because you're breathing.
Right.
Right, it's hard to breathe.
Right. That makes sense.
So it dries out your lips.
Interesting.
But now I'm self-consciously like licking my lips. What was I saying?
The bow and arrow. He was giving you chocolate.
Yeah, he gave me chocolate. I remember one of my assignments for that day, or for that, it was actually 2 days I was suspended. But for that day, I was making a title page for one of the classes, and I remember like the big printer. There was a printer room, and then there was a printer room in the office, depending on where you were in the school, right? And I remember all these teachers. My suspension was served in the freaking office printer room. And I remember all the teachers would like watch me draw my freaking title page. It was like super mad good because I worked on it all day instead of just for whatever subject it was. I can't remember what it was for, but I worked on it. It was so good. And then I remember getting that, and then I got like more cool stuff. I talked to these people, and I remember them just. I loved having suspension. I couldn't go for recess or lunch, so that sucked. I could go to my classroom for lunch, but I couldn't go out for lunch recess, which I hated.
Yeah, recess is usually like one of those things that you look forward to in the day.
Yeah, this was like one of the things that
They didn't want you to bow and arrow anyone else.
like that was like what the heck was I supposed to do?
You definitely made more bow and arrows after that.
We made lots. Yeah, and we tried to make other things. Like I remember making paper wasps, and I remember shooting a kid on the bus by accident. I purposely shot him, but I didn't mean to shoot him right in the face.
Right.
And I was like, dang it, this kid was in high school. I was in freaking grade 6. He punched me in the stomach.
I remember this.
Yeah, I remember I got a macaroni right on his forehead.
Yes!
I remember. I pulled it back because like these paper wasps, like we would always try to more inventive ways to make it hurt more.
Make it, like, yeah, exactly. But fly back, like, be
and
air
still
guide.
fly good. Yeah. So like some people put like rocks in theirs, but they wouldn't fly very far because they're too heavy. So like what I figured out is if you get your paper, so a paper wasp is basically paper folded up a bunch of times and then folded into like a V shape, and then you have like a slingshot, if you will, on your fingers with the rubber band, and then you pull it back and you let go, and then it stings you.
Yeah.
Hence paper wasp.
Right.
So what we figured out is if you use masking tape and you like go with masking tape, like it would be mad tight. And if it was tight, it just had a better sting.
Right.
And I remember going on the bus. Yeah, it hurt bad, right? Because you could make it thick, but it would still be nice and light.
We used to like at the house. We would just go crazy with our nephew.
Yes. Who I lit on fire one day. Oh man, that was bad.
That's so bad.
But anyways, I remember coming back, launching it, and I remember this kid, like he told me to shoot him.
Right.
Because he wanted to see how much it hurt. He did not tell me to shoot him in the face. So, I shot him directly in the forehead. It was an accident.
I remember that. He
Right?
was so pissed, and like everyone laughed at him because
Yeah, it was like a welt that looked like a red macaroni.
Yeah.
It just went, and he was like,
Dude,
for like a minute, not a minute.
He was pissed.
And he was just like, then he was like, that effing hurt. And then he came over to me, and I'm like, oh, and he just, wow, just gets me right in the gut, knocks the wind out of me, and he's like, this is not over. Actually, he said it like this is not over. And then he went and sat back down on his desk, and then we get off the bus, and he nailed me a couple more times. I totally deserved it, because I shot him right in the face. That probably hurt way more than...
I didn't know you got punched 2 more times.
Yeah, several times, dude. And I remember one of the bus drivers was happy about it. Because this was at the transfer station. So I shot him at the one transfer station that was at our school, where we got on. And then he punched me a few times at where we got off at the transfer station. And that one bus driver, who was not a bus that we took, she hated me. And I know why. Maybe we'll get into that like next week or something of like... stories like that. I don't know. We'll save that for homework for next week. But like, man, this lady, she did not like me, and he punched me, and she let it happen. He was way older than us.
Right.
He was in like grade 11,
right.
and I was in grade 6. And he's just like, how much older is that? Like grade 6, how old are you? Like 12?
12-ish, yeah.
Right?
He was like, what, 17?
17? Yeah, dude, 5 years older than me at least. Yeah, it's just wham, way bigger than me. He was on the football team and everything,
he was an
right?
athlete, I was going to say.
Yeah, because I remember he had a Letterman jacket and everything. Yeah, dude.
Rough.
That was painful. But anyways, if you guys want to know what we're up to in the meantime, if you're waiting for us to talk about whatever we're going to talk about next week, bus drivers that suck.
Bus drivers that suck.
Bus drivers that suck. Dude, that actually brings up a... Remember? Dude, it was minus something. Cold as shit. And our bus never came.
Right.
And we had to walk miles and miles home.
Was it miles and miles? That's like...
Oh, yeah.
How many kilometers? That's like what? 5 kilometers?
More than that.
You think so?
From Blueberry School to Mom's house? No, that's got to be at least 15 kilometers.
No.
Yeah. Think about it. You got to walk down that road. Go down this road. Go all 15? The way to the tracks.
I wouldn't say 15 because it's...
Dude.
15 kilometers from Spruce Grove to Mom's house.
Okay. No, it's not.
No, I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I don't actually know.
No, it can't be. It had to be at least 10. Anyways,
I'll look it up on.
We'll sort it out. But in the meantime, if you want to know what we're up to, check out our individual social medias and YouTube channels. All that stuff will be linked in the description for you to check out. We'd appreciate that. Thanks for watching.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Dude, it was definitely more than... Remember, because you had to go across the train tracks, go up through that little gully there, and then you go into our house.
I do remember.
Yeah.
I remember. I know the distance.